Hey, what's up guys? It's Captain Eric Tilson here. The following video you're going to watch is my fish catches from my Lakeland Bassmasters tournament win on the Harris Channel Lake, September 24th, 2023. Make sure you stay tuned after the video. I'm going to give you an in-depth breakdown on the where, what, and why I did to catch those fish and why I think they may have been there. So make sure you stay tuned. I'll see you then. That's that new P&P Reaper. That was cool. Saw that dude bust on some minnows in there, pitched in there, absolutely smoked it. I think I killed him. That's gonna be number 3. Hey. I think he's gonna go 12. Oh my God. Keeper the keeper, I guess. Bad luck to turn him loose, but we got to get rid of that guy. Golly, man. Look at that thing. That's what we needed. Good deal. That's a coal. Not a giant, but that coal's one. Took a swipe at my bait, missed it. I dropped in there again and she got it. Golly. Freaking sick. .01. What did yours say? 6. These are some pictures. You can stand in front of the trailer over there. Yeah. We usually take them on the side of the trailer over there. Yeah, do the other one. Want to do the other one? Nah, she's okay. I want to leave her in the water.
Still on 1 through 5, guys.
Perfect. Appreciate it. All right, guys, so as you can see, that tournament was a really simple one for me. Due to the way my practice went, I decided to stay on the bank in Harris and Little Harris all day to save time. My practice was somewhat limited. I only had a couple of days to get up there and really look around. I don't fish up there a whole lot anymore, mainly because of guide trips on Lake Toho. But my practice that I did have up there, I learned really quick that there's not a lot of offshore hydrilla there right now. They've recently sprayed and killed off a lot of the offshore hydrilla, so I didn't like that. Dora, Bouclair, kind of some of the other really popular bites that was going on right now didn't really work for me, although I caught fish there. But that was kind of another reason why I didn't run that pattern, and that's because our tournament went out of Hickory Point on a Sunday. There's a big Sunday open tournament that goes out of another ramp on Eustis every Sunday, and I knew that it would be kind of mathematically impossible for me to beat those guys in that tournament to any of that good stuff on Dora or Bouclair. So kind of made the decision to stick it out in Harris and Little Harris and flip the bank all day, except for around noon I decided to go run a couple of brush piles. Huge waste of time that day. Didn't catch any more fish the rest of the day. I probably should have stuck it out on the shoreline, but that's the way it goes. We still managed to flip up that 17-pound bag of fish with a 6-pound kicker, and which was good enough for the win. Second place was only 10 and some change. It was a really tough day for a lot of guys. Harris Chain was fishing really tough at that point. September is typically tough, especially towards the end of September. You know, this year we had already had a couple of somewhat cooler nights hit, and it kind of dropped that temperature down a little bit in the lakes. And so I think a lot of fish were moving. There wasn't a whole lot of offshore schools of fish to be found, and definitely the brush piles were void of life. But you know, it worked. The bait that I was flipping is actually a new flipping bait from CPF Lures. It's the P&P Reaper. It's a new creature style bait that they haven't seen before, but the thing that I like about it is it's a much larger profile. It's actually a 5-inch bait that has multiple appendages. It's got some claws on there, as well as some, you know, like some really long, you know, if you want to call them beaver tails almost. But the color is kind of a big deal as well. It's a color called Dirty Albright. It's a color that a couple of guys that did really well in an open on Toho a couple of years ago came up with. And to me, it's kind of almost a sprayed grass laminated to a black and blue glitter, if you will. But it's a really great color on those lakes that have that kind of greenish off-colored water. It really does well in those lakes. And you know, I was flipping that bait on a 1/2-ounce Hogtech weight. I'll tell you, I've been flipping the Hogtech weights for a long time, and I really like flipping with Hogtech weights because they're a shorter but more barreled out profile, which I really believe helps you to get your bait into heavier cover with a lighter weight, which a lot of times in Florida is key. You know, sometimes people can start flipping, whether it be comfort or it helps you flip a little bit faster, but they want to flip a heavier weight to get in the stuff quicker and out of it quicker. But a lot of times that increases your fall rate just a little too much. You know, when these fish are really tough and they've really, you know, kind of got the lockjaw and they're not wanting to chase stuff down, sometimes that really rapid fall can actually work against you. So, you know, next time you're out there flipping heavy cover and the bite's kind of tough, maybe try downsizing your weight a little bit, go to a little bit slower fall. You know, you'll see me in that video. I was actually doing an old school flipping technique called drop flipping. You get a little bit more control, and I was really taking my time and really slowing down and picking those grass lines apart. I kind of knew, especially after the first couple fish that I caught that morning, I knew that they were there, but I knew that it was up to me to catch them. So I really kind of slowed down and, you know, just really pick that stuff apart. My flipping stick of choice is a Dobyns Champion XP 766 flip. It's a really great flipping stick. It's extremely light, extremely balanced. There is no tip heavy on this rod, and it's extremely powerful. 766, it's 7'6", extra heavy, really fast action. Really great long full cork grip, which is what I like. It sits in the arm, you know, if I'm making those pitches. The rod just, it's the best flipping stick I've ever used. I've used a lot of them. Really fast reel, really strong drag, 20 pounds of drag. Super key when you're flipping heavy cover with braid. You really don't want to be trying to use a reel that's only got 10 or 12 pounds of drag. You can lock that drag down all you want, and you can literally sit there and wrap the braid around your hand and just sit there and pull drag out of the reel, and that's not good. When you set a hook on a big fish that's in heavy cover and your braid is actually, you know, it's going through and snaking through some of that grass and reeds and stuff, you've got extra resistance against your hook set. Having that drag slip on the hook set works against you. Make sure you're flipping with a really fast, really heavy drag reel so that you can get those fish out of that heavy cover. The braid that I use is 45 pound CPF Lures 9X braid. It's a 9 carrier braid that is extremely quiet going through heavy cover, especially something like Kissimmee grass, where per flip you've got a lot of vegetation that your braid is sliding through and against. You really don't want to use one of those 4 carrier braids. They sound like a saw blade going through there. A lot of bigger fish are conditioned to that sound. I really believe it makes a difference. The quieter you are flipping heavy cover, the better. You know, it's like me, I turn off my electronics whenever I'm flipping. I don't want my 360 pinging. I don't want my live scope pinging in there. I don't want a bunch of noise. I don't play a bunch of music. I try to use as quiet a braid as possible, and I think that helps me pick up a few more fish throughout the day. Guys, that's it. You know, if you like this video, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I'm going to be doing quite a bit of videos like this, tournament recaps, Lake Toho fishing reports, as well as fishing reports for the surrounding Central Florida area. So if you like this kind of stuff, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and make sure you're following me on social media. Captain Eric Tilson on Facebook, Captain Eric Tilson on Instagram, and we'll be here on YouTube. And one more thing, guys. If you're in the Central Florida area and you're looking for a great club to get involved with and start fishing, check out Lakeland Bassmasters. They're a great organization. They're bass affiliated. They're Bass Nation. They have 2 different series. They have the draw series, which is what I fish. They'll draw you a co-angler. It's kind of man for himself out there. They also have the team series. The team series, all the way through the Bass Nation stuff and the team championship, you can actually qualify to go to the Bassmasters Classic. If you are looking for a new bass affiliated club to join and you're in the Central Florida area, you like good competition, you like a great club, we have great meetings every month, check out Lakeland Bassmasters. I think you'll like them. Until the next one, see you later, guys.